Hello and welcome to Science. We're going to continue with the solar system today and what is in the solar system. So last time we had a quick look at our ideas about the solar system, how that had changed and a bit of the technology. Now we're going to see what we currently think is in there. Quite a lot of the things we can see with our own eyes, some of it we can look through the telescopes. So without further ado, stuff that is in the solar system includes the Sun in the centre. There are 8 planets, both rocky planets like Earth and gaseous planets as well. There are 5 dwarf planets, a whole load of moons, so natural satellites, artificial satellites that we've sent up there, asteroids, which are buzzing around all the time, comets, and a lot of dust. So having a look at these individually, the Sun is a star, so it produces its own light through nuclear reactions. It's very big, and not only very big, it's very, very heavy. So it's got a huge mass, which means that it's got a huge gravitational field. That means that the gravity can hold other things in orbit around it. Nuclear reactions at the center of the Sun provide the energy, and it's the source of most of the energy on Earth. Life would pretty much be impossible without it, life as we know it at least. Around the Sun, everything else orbits, and all the influence of the Sun is called the solar system. So we have a list of planets here in order of nearest to furthest from the Sun. Some of them you might not recognize because I've included the dwarf planets in this list. The 8 main planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, you'll need the order for those, but also we have in there as well the dwarf planets. So we've got Ceres, Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, and Eris. Apologies on my pronunciation. So the difference between the rocky planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and the gas giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, are pretty much what it sounds like. So the rocky planets are made of rock, and the gas giants are made of gas. Jupiter's the biggest of them. You can do a bit of research to see how long each one takes around, what the gravity is on each one, and the conditions are like on each one. I'm not going to go into the details of all of that now. That's something that you can do some research on. I'm just going to quickly give a difference between the dwarf planets and the classical planets, the main planets, if you like. So the definition of a planet is an object that is massive enough to make itself round, in sort of spheroid, and it's cleared its area of neighbouring stuff that's floating around in space. With dwarf planets, they're a lot smaller, but also there's other things in their orbit as well. So it's not completely cleared things out. So for instance, Ceres is in the middle of the asteroid belt. And there are other dwarf objects around sort of by Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, and Eris, right out in the edge of the solar system. Also, if you think about it, most of the planets that we know, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, are in a plane. So we've got the Sun in the center, and most of them are orbiting in that plane going round and round. Some of the other planets have an inclined orbit, so they're going around the Sun like that. So looking from the side on, it's another difference between the planets. So that should give you a fair amount of information to help with those sheets. See you soon.